Hello, and thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Mike Tellerino. I'm the CEO and founder of K9 for Veterans. Tonight, I got a very special guest. He's also not only a very special guest, but also a very good friend of mine. Uh, I want you to welcome Nick. He's the commander of AMVAR Chapter 10. Nick, tonight we're here to discuss the Nation of Patriots flag tour. And I'm sure most people really don't have a clue or are familiar with this at all. Can you give us a brief overview of what this is?
Well, I'll give you a brief overview, Mike. Thank you for having me tonight, by the way. Since 2009, the Nation of Patriots has organized an annual Patriot Tour to honor past, present, and fallen veterans of the United States Armed Forces. They do this by raising funds through veterans organizations and families. And 100% of the funds raised provide financial support to those veterans and families. The Patriot Tour to date has successfully raised over $1.9 million and provide much needed assistance for over 590 families. And they've been doing this now. This is the 15th year that they're doing it.
I've seen that. Nick, how do they raise the money? Do they do events? Do they just ask for donations to be made online?
They have their own website, and they also have their own Facebook page, and they accept various forms of donations through Venmo. What's the other one? Zelle, cash and checks. The funds, the way they raise the funds is through the Patriot Tour, and each individual organization that participates can do whatever they want to raise those funds. They can hold raffles, they can hold a fundraiser, they can do, I guess you could sort of like a, what do you call it? Miles per dollars per mile per ride or whatever.
Right.
And then, again, all the money that's raised goes to veterans and their families.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is news to me. I really like the idea. I think it's amazing what they're doing. Now, they've been doing this for 15 years, right?
Yeah, they've been doing it for 15 years, and we've been involved in it since the very beginning. Originally, it started out in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, and then Beaver Dam would come to Chicago, would come to Woodstock and present the flag to Illinois. Illinois then would take it to Indiana. And then it goes around, it used to go around 48 contiguous states. Over the course, I'd say over the last 4 years, they've also included Alaska and Hawaii. So now it's a single American flag that goes to all 50 states, probably approximately 15,000 miles in 115 days.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible.
How did AMVAR get chosen to present that flag here in Illinois?
I would say that because of the regional commander that we have, Mr. Dave Hume, who's a United States Marine Corps veteran, he got us involved because we felt that we could, or I should say, he felt that we could do the most good and honor the Nation of Patriots Patriot Tour the way it's supposed to be, respectfully displaying the flag and doing the fundraising that's necessary to provide money to the Patriot Tour.
What type of fundraising are you doing to help promote the flag?
Well, we've held we put out a donation jar and asked people if they would be willing to donate money. Other times, our chapter itself has voted to donate monies that we have raised through other various fundraising efforts and donated it to the Patriot Tour. Like spaghetti dinners, chili cook-offs, gun raffles, that sort of thing.
That's great what you guys are doing. Yeah. It really is. But AMVAR Chapter 10, they've always been above and beyond to help other organizations and charity. The team that you have behind you with your chapter there, They do great work. You guys do great things. You really do.
Thank you, Mike. I mean, I'm the second commander of the organization. John Bartashevitz founded this group in 2008,
Right.
and unfortunately, John passed away 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago. And as a vice commander, I was tasked to take over the chapter, and for the last 6 years, I've been the commander, and I've tried to follow in John's footsteps and keep AVMA Chapter 10 in the public eye as much as possible.
You're doing a great job, Nick. You really are.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
Proud of what you're doing, really. Where was the first? Where did this originate from? I don't know if we covered that or not, but
it originated in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin.
Okay.
It was an idea that was thought up in 2008, and in 2009 they got their 501c3 certification as a not-for-profit organization, and they started the ride in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. It was just an idea from a guy by the name of Bill Scherer. He was the one who had the vision to create the Patriot Tour and create the Nation of Patriots organization so that they could raise the funds for disabled and needy veterans and their families.
Nick, what's the I'm looking at the flag now, and I'm going to put that up because there's some questions that I have about that. I see the motorcycle behind that.
Yeah.
Embedded in that. What's the history behind that? Do you know?
Well, the history behind it is it's an American flag. There's nothing special about it other than the fact that it is an American flag. It goes from state to state via motorcycle. There is no four-wheel vehicles involved other than maybe as an escort, but the flag is presented on the back of a motorcycle, and it goes again, like I said, over the course of 115 days, all 50 states, over 15,000 miles.
That's a lot of coordination, I'll tell you that.
It is. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort from a lot of people to make it go. And it's been going for 15 years.
Huh. So the design of the bike, it just travels by bike then?
Correct.
Okay, good.
Whether it's a two-wheeler or a three-wheeler, it doesn't matter. It's on the back of the bike.
Do you know who created that logo?
I don't know who created this logo. This is the 15th anniversary logo. The original logo was like a set of wings in the color of the American flag with a shield in the middle that had the letters NP, which stood for Nation of Patriots.
Huh. I just totally like the whole concept of this. I think we need more things like this. Are there any special events or ceremonies that is associated with the flag that people should know about?
Well, I would say the kickoff party, which takes place at a different state. It used to start in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Over the course of the last few years, the Nation of Patriots organization has decided that they're going to start the tour in a different city in a different state. And this year, it was Derby, Kansas that had the honor of doing the kickoff for the Nation of Patriots tour.
Well, I know we had talked earlier about Monday or Tuesday at 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah, Tuesday at 11 o'clock. We should be. Well, let me go back a bit. Tuesday at 10 o'clock, we're going to muster at the VFW Bremen Post 2791 in Tinley Park, and we're going to ride in as a group to the Forgotten Warrior Memorial, which you founded in Shanahan, Illinois. And we're going to have a brief ceremony where we're going to present the flag, and then we're going to read off the names of all the individuals who have succumbed to PTSD or TBI that are inscribed on the wall panels over there.
That's amazing.
And then from there, we're going to head out to the Middle East Conflicts Memorial Wall, which is the only wall that recognizes the fallen from the Middle East conflict. And right now, I think there's like 13 panels
Right.
and almost 8,000 names. Not that we're going to have the opportunity to read all 8,000 names. What we'll do is
Yeah.
we will present the flag, honor the fallen on those panels, and then from there we'll wind up going somewhere to eat, and then retiring the flag for the evening. And once the flag is retired, we'll get ready to transport it to Mishawaka, Indiana, and VFW Post 360 on Wednesday, the 24th.
Now, will you escort the flag there with a bunch of bikers?
Oh,
Or
absolutely. Absolutely. This escort will go rain or shine. There is no stopping this tour. Once it starts, it doesn't stop until it goes back to Derby, Kansas after Labor Day.
That's amazing. And they do such great things with the funds that they raise, helping the family of fallen veterans.
No, absolutely.
I
It's
mean,
fallen veterans or needy veterans or families of a veteran who are facing hard times, struggles, whether it be food, rent, what have you, maybe fix up their car, anything. They do anything to help a family or a needy or fallen veteran.
Nick, I think we need more of this in our country right now. We are so at odds with everything. We need something that's going to bring this country together. And I love the fact what this flag stands for, and the people that are behind it that have such passion for this. We need more of that.
I agree. I
You
mean,
know,
right now we're in such disarray as a
turmoil.
country. Yeah, I mean, we're so
It's
divided.
crazy. It's just crazy. I like the fact that you're going to the Forgotten Warrior Memorial, and you're going to the one of Marcel's.
Right.
I think that's awesome that you do that, and I think it just helps spread the word. And I think that's what we really need to. We're not doing enough for our veterans. We're not. We need to do more for them.
Well, I agree. The government is not doing nearly enough as they could. Uh,
No.
Unfortunately, it's groups like you and groups like myself who try to help the veterans who are in desperate need of assistance. And
Well,
that's one of the missions of AVMA is to provide assistance to
well,
veterans who are in need, or veterans organizations for that matter.
no, AMVER is a great organization. You guys are all great in your own right for what you're doing to help our veterans. So, I love the fact that you're spearheading the transfer of this flag. I don't think anybody deserves that honor more than AMVER Chapter 10.
Well, thank you, Mike. I mean, like I said, we've been involved since the very beginning, and each year we pick a different veteran to be the flag bearer. This year, our flag bearer is an Army veteran, Ray Bargell, and he's been a member of AVMA for quite some time.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's got to warm your heart knowing what you're doing to help these underprivileged veterans that really are in such need of help, and we're just not giving them to help. If it wasn't for private organizations like Ambra Chapter 10 and there's a lot of great organizations out there that are doing a lot of great things for our veterans.
Oh, absolutely. Canaryville
Thank
Veterans,
God.
for one, is another group.
Thank God we have these organizations out there that are doing for our veterans, because if we left it up to the VA, nothing would get done.
No, you're right about that.
I
You're right.
am just so adamant about them. I mean, when you're doing what you're doing for everybody else, and I'm not going to throw any stones, but when you got veterans that are homeless, struggling, going to bed hungry, in need of dire medical care,
Oh, absolutely.
and they have to go through all that bureaucratic red tape, and they have to wait, as if you go to the VA, I mean, you wait days, weeks, and months sometimes to see a physician.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It just shouldn't be so. And like I said, I just like the idea of this whole Patriot tour. I think we need something to feel good about. And I think this is something that everybody could feel good about because it's doing such great things for so many of our veterans.
I agree. Thank you, Mike.
Nick, do you have any plans for Amber Chapter 10? You got any special events coming up you'd like to talk about?
Well, we have an annual thing that we call Christmas with the recruits, where we get anywhere from 30 to 50 naval recruits from Great Lakes Naval Training Station,
Right,
and we have them bust from there to the VFW Bremen Post 2791, and we give them a full Christmas away from home where they can feel like they're with their family. I mean, this is their first opportunity to get off base since they enlisted,
right,
and they can't go off base for any reason whatsoever. And again, these recruits are from all over the country and from all over the world, for that matter. So we bust them in, we feed them, we give them cell phones that have been donated by Verizon Wireless. The food is donated from various, I would say, supporters of ours.
right.
They come from the restaurants, they come from bars, they come from every bakeries, you name it. We have a beg letter we put out somewhere around, I would say, September, October, and we go around giving them the beg letter, asking for their support, and they're more than willing to do it. And
It's such a great cause.
and the recruits just come away feeling so loved, so appreciated for what they're doing and what we do for them. And it's a small token of our appreciation that they're carrying on the traditions that we as veterans have
Right.
established.
That's
We want them to know that they're not forgotten.
and I'm sure they appreciate that immensely.
Oh, absolutely, they do.
They were doing some kind of Thanksgiving dinner a few years back that I went to, and it was all naval Great Lakes Naval Base, all the
Right.
recruits.
That's
And
usually
the
done through different organizations.
yeah, I can't recall who it was, but I
It might
remember
have,
talking to these kids, and they were just so overwhelmed to get that turkey dinner, get off base, and just to know that people appreciated them for their service.
yeah, it might have been at the Chicago Ridge American Legion.
I can't recall where it was at, but I know it was such an amazing and heartwarming events. Because they, like you said, they had cell phones. They got to call their parents and talk to them. They got a great meal. They got off base, and they got to laugh, talk, and have a good time.
Oh, absolutely. They get
I
they get a
mean,
chance to just uh, be free for a while.
yeah, it doesn't get better than that for these kids. It really
Oh,
doesn't.
absolutely. When you think
Nick,
about basic training and all the rigors they have to endure, just to be off base to, I would say, be a kid or a young adult again, just for a little while.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, what they're doing with this flag is just an awesome thing. I just think it's great. I think we need more of this, to
Hmm.
symbolize that we're proud of our country. We're proud of our veterans. We don't do enough for our veterans. We really don't. And this gesture that you're doing by helping raise funds to give back to these veterans that are in need, God, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, I just can't thank you enough for what you're doing
No,
for our
Mike,
veterans.
you do so much for the veterans in your own way with your organization, Canines for Veterans,
Uh,
by providing
we,
uh, service animals to those who are in need, and then
I'm,
providing the training, all the food, all the medical, anything that the dog needs is all covered by your organization. So
yeah.
what you've done with your organization is
Well,
to be
thank you.
commended also.
Thank you. We've had 136, 46 veterans through our program, and we haven't lost one to PTSD suicide. These dogs are a game changer. They really are. But getting
Oh,
back to this,
absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, I when I first talked to you and you were telling me about the Patriot Tour, I had never heard about this before. To be honest with you, I mean,
Yeah.
we really need to spread the word about this because the more people we can get involved with this, the more veterans will be able to help.
Oh, absolutely, because the more funds that they'll have,
Exactly. If
because this is
somebody
all funded through the Patriot Tour.
if somebody wants to donate to this awesome cause, how would they do that?
Well, they could go to the website, nationofpatriots.com, and they can click on that page, and there's a menu, and you can learn more about the Patriot Tour, and you can make your donations through that website.
That's great. I think if everybody's out there, please, any amount will help. Just help make a donation if you can. It's a great cause. It's going to go back to our veterans, and it's just something that's been needed for a long time. Nick, I want to thank you. Do you have anything you'd like to say in closing?
Mike, I want to thank you for having me on. I mean,
Oh,
this to me,
it was my honor.
this is a privilege and an honor to actually get a chance to talk to you and the people that you reach about the Patriot Tour. And again, they've got a Facebook page. You can look up Nation of Patriots. You can click on that page. You can like it, and you can follow the Patriot Tour as it goes from state to state over the course of the next couple of months.
Well, we're going to be out there. I know I'm going to be out there because I really want to take part in this and actually be there with
Sure.
the flag on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. And we're going to have a number of veterans out there with their service dogs that want to pay honor to that flag as well.
That's terrific. I look forward
Yeah.
to this, Mike.
So we're going to be there in force with our veterans and service dogs. So I'm looking forward to being a part of this. And again, if you've got any time on your hands, come out and help us celebrate either in Marcel's or Shanahan State Park for when we raise the flag.
Oh, I appreciate it, Mike. And just to let you know that the flag is coming to Wildfire Harley Davidson in Villa Park on Monday, the 22nd, and it should arrive somewhere after afternoon. We'll have the
Nick,
VFW.
how long does it stay in Illinois?
Well, we actually are getting it an extra day this year. In the past, we've only gotten it for like the receiving day, and then the next day we took it to wherever we had to take it to, whether it be Indiana or Wisconsin. This year they gave us an extra day, so that's why I wanted to incorporate taking it to these two memorials to honor the veterans that are there.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to being there. I think it's a great cause. I think what you're doing in Amber Chapter 10, just an amazing group of guys. Keep doing what you're doing to help our veterans, Nick.
I'm doing the best I can, Mike.
You're doing you're doing a great job, Nick.
Thank you, sir.
And I'll see you Tuesday, 11 o'clock.
You betcha, I'll be there.
Okay, sir. You have a great evening.